Welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation. I am Owen James. This is your Rangers news channel. Please smash that sub and smash the like on the video. Right, I've just watched the John Souttar press conference again. I just wanted to go back over it. A couple of people pointed something out to me that was really interesting in the response that he gave to certain questions asked by the media. The one obviously around the squad not being ready till October. Now, Philippe Clement has said previously that as far as he's concerned, the squad won't be fully ready until October, which considering that we've had a pre-season, we've played four pre-season games, we've obviously signed players in pre-season, that it's remarkable that it's going to take obviously the whole of pre-season, the whole of August and the whole of September to have this squad ready to play, by which time it could well be too late, as obviously now we are obviously already out of the Champions League and we could be a good number of points behind our city rivals. So I find it wholly unacceptable that this squad is not going to be ready till October. And also you've got to kind of question, why can we not get a squad ready for the start of the season as every other team in Western Europe seems to be able to do? It does seem very, very weird. Anyway, John Souttar was questioned about this in his press conference. And this is, I copied and pasted the transcript from YouTube and I've tried to translate it because it's never really copies directly. So this is roughly what was said, and it's pretty much accurate. The answers that John Souttar said are 100% accurate because I've rewatched it. The journalist asked, do you agree with what the manager said? It will probably be October before you see the best of this squad. Is that something you agree with? To which John Souttar kind of looked down, looked a bit worried and said, yeah. And that was it. He didn't expand on that. He didn't really give any further information. That in the meantime, a lot of ground could be lost in the race for the league. Is that a concern at all? JS then responded, yeah, I agree with what the manager said. So not really answering the actual question that was asked at all. So if we break that down into two parts, the first part, when he's asked about, the squad won't be ready till October, he just says, yeah. He gives no answer. He gives no explanation. I suppose he can't really, he can't really go into a lot of detail. He's just genuinely has got to agree with what the manager said. I suppose he could expand on it a little bit by talking about certain, the fitness of players bonding together, new signings been brought in. But perhaps, that's not something that he would normally do. Perhaps that's not normal way of John Souttar thinking and responding. What is more interesting is the second part of the question, where he's asked about losing ground in the league race, obviously against Celtic, to which he just says, yeah, I agree with what the manager said. Now, the manager hasn't really said anything about losing ground. He hasn't talked about that. He hasn't really answered that question. So he's not agreeing with that. He's mainly agreeing with the aforementioned statement that we won't be ready till October to play competitively. He's not really giving any response. And again, during the answer, he kind of looks down, looks away from the media, looks a bit furtive, looks a bit worried in my estimations, have been asked these questions. He looks uncomfortable. What does this tell you about, obviously, the mood in the crowd, the camp, the mood with the players? It may tell you absolutely nothing, of course, but it just seems interesting that, these answers are very short, very sharp, very much, not expanded on in the slightest, and a question not really answered. Souttar's answer is very telling in itself. Look, far be it from me to think that I actually know what's going on within the dressing room. I don't. I'm not there at Howie. I'm not there on a match day. So, look, I don't know. I do think, however, there is a sense of some unrest, to be honest with you, with what is going on at the club at this moment in time. I don't think any of the players, particularly want to, be seen as giving up. None of the players want to, be making excuses. I think, not some of them do, but not the majority of them don't. I think maybe the players feel uncomfortable with what's been said, about them not being ready till October. Is this making excuses? This Rangers getting their excuses in early in terms of not being able to compete in for the league title? It just, to me, seems a very interesting statement from John Souttar, that he, like I said, he doesn't expand on his answers. It almost seems, like I said, that he is uncomfortable, he is concerned, he's worried, and he doesn't want to answer those questions. Look, my personal opinion is that it's utterly ridiculous that this squad won't be ready till October. Everyone knows that you have to be ready for August to go in August. We needed to be ready to go in August, obviously for the league and obviously for the Champions League qualifiers. We've already fallen 2 points behind after only 2 games in the league, which I know the league's is a long campaign, so I'm not particularly worried with that. But we are out of the Champions League, which, we've lost the opportunity to get that 30 to 40 million, which could have substantially increased our transfer budget and could have put us in a position to really kick on this season. But that has now gone. But it's very interesting, isn't it, that John Souttar answered in the way he did. I think there is certainly some worry in there, and perhaps some disagreement from the players as well, and perhaps some disgust from the players as well, that that they're not, that they are allegedly not going to be ready till October. Guys, I'd love to know your thoughts on John Souttar's answers. It was just interesting, that element to pick out of the presser today. Obviously, get your comments in down below and let me know. Obviously, on the way out, if you can do me two favors: one, smash that like, and two, remember always, we are the people.